The key to successful tinnitus masking and inhibition is the ability to define and play the real sound that matches, as closely as possible, the phantom sound of the tinnitus in pitch, sharpness, and volume. The length of time you will need to listen to the matched real-world sound to alleviate your tinnitus, as well as the length of time your tinnitus is attenuated or completely absent between applications of the masker, is unknown. This instructional video will guide you through TinnMasker operation and the masker sound definition procedure as a first-time user. When you become experienced, you will be able to choose your own path that may be more convenient to you. You can control the TinnMasker application by mouse or by keyboard shortcuts, as indicated by the red text. At the top of the TinnMasker window, there are Start Left and Start Right control buttons. You can think of it as if you have two tinnitus masking devices, one on each ear, that you can switch on and off independently. Obviously, before the devices are operational, all other controls are grayed out and non-operational. Let's switch the left ear on. The color of the button will change, and the left volume control slider will become colored. Let's do the same with the right ear and observe similar changes. After activation of the devices, you will start hearing the same noise that you are hearing now. If you don't hear the noise, you may try to increase the volume by using either the left or right slider. By default, they are linked together. If you still don't hear the noise, you may need to check your audio device and the system volume. Now, let's try to identify the sound of your tinnitus, or at least try to get as close as possible to it. Our goal is to modify the acoustic sound you are now hearing to match your individual phantom tinnitus sound. For simplicity, we will consider that your tinnitus sound is very similar in both ears, so that we will search for the best match simultaneously in both ears. As the first step, use the volume sliders to set the masker volume to the level that is perceptually 2 times louder than your tinnitus. Let's consider this as a good initial estimation of the Tinnitus Masker level. Now, let's activate tuning in both ears simultaneously using the green Tuning Both button. You will immediately notice that the two-dimensional grid becomes green and the F and Q sliders become violet, indicating their active state. The Q slider is responsible for the sharpness of the masker sound you hear. In the lowest position, the masker sound is almost like a white noise. Moving the slider up will gradually transform the masker sound, making it closer to a pure tone. Slider F defines the masker center frequency, or pitch. Moving it to the left decreases the pitch, while moving it to the right increases the pitch accordingly. To move the sliders in small steps, you can use the plus and minus buttons on the sides of the sliders. Now, we will need to find the sharpness and the pitch of the masker that corresponds to your tinnitus. To simplify the initial guess, you may change both values simultaneously by clicking the corresponding area in the grid and observing the change. Try to identify the square that corresponds to the masker pitch and sharpness that are as close as possible to your tinnitus. When you are close to the target, use the plus and minus buttons of the corresponding slider to adjust pitch and sharpness. During the tuning process, you can always adjust the masker volume so that it is only slightly higher than the tinnitus sound. When you find the best masker, disable the tuning process. After your brain adapts, you can continue changing the masker volume occasionally to provide the best masking experience. You can make the masker volume fluctuate by pressing one of the buttons in the masker modulation group. Choose the most pleasant modulation speed. Now you can start using the application. When you want to stop the masker sound, just switch off the left and right ears. If your tinnitus is one-sided or different in the left and right ears, you can tune left and right ear maskers separately. Enable the ear where you hear the tinnitus and enable its tuning. The procedure for tuning is the same as for two ears. After finishing with one ear, you can tune the other one. As you hear now, you can have different maskers for each ear. You can also have different volumes for each ear. For that, you need to uncheck the link checkbox. Now you are in full control of your Tinnitus Masker. The latest TinnMasker package can be downloaded from the Where and Here website. Press this link to download the executable. After downloading, just run the installation package and accept the license agreement. And press Finish to run the program for the first time. Next time, you will be able to run it using the desktop icon. For the masker sound playback, TinnMasker will use your computer's default playback device. It can be good quality wired headphones, Bluetooth headphones, or a loudspeaker. Check if your playback device is connected properly, switched on, and the volume is, preferably, in the middle position. Please, let us know what you think of this application. Share your experience with us and make your suggestions. You can easily do this by pressing the feedback button at the bottom of the TinnMasker window. It will lead you to the special TinnMasker feedback page on our website. Or just write to us at TinnMasker@whereandhere.com. Thank you for using the TinnMasker application. We hope it will help you